On today's Venus retrograde news, I saw something that I would like to share with the class, and we can react to it. Woman with 9 months left to live asks husband if she can sleep with her ex one last time. I was on Instagram right before we started, and I saw that aliens could contact Earth today as scientists rule its most likely date.
What?
I know. I'm like, first of all, I have a lot of questions.
So many questions.
And, like, I just want to know, like, are they with us right now?
Right.
I'm just hoping it's a FaceTime.
Yeah, it's just like a quick.
I want to know what you look like.
Yeah.
You know? Are you shy?
Right. Will we be able to actually communicate?
No, for real.
You know?
For real.
Like, will suddenly we be able to speak the same language?
No, for real.
And why today?
And did they learn English?
Yeah. Well, you know, they've been saying that there are planets in our galaxy that speak English that we just, like, you know.
That's what they say.
Haven't been to.
No, seriously. I'm just like, okay, so, like, why? Like, I'm looking at the post, and they have, like, all these, like, graphs there that I guess show radio signals of 13 drawings representing the evolution of Earth were transmitted to space in 1983. What? Today marks 40 years since astronomers Morimoto and Hirabayashi sent messages to Star Altair waiting alien response. Using a Stanford telescope, the duo humorously conveyed Earth's evolutionary story through 13 drawings, with hopes that extraterrestrial beings would decipher and respond. Now the University of Hyogo's team, confident and vigilant, aligns their radio telescopes towards the same star, believing today might bring the long-awaited reply. With Altair's potential harboring life-sustaining planets, the age-old question of our cosmic companions might just find its answers today.
Wait, so they've been doing this same study trying to connect with aliens for, like, how long?
No, today marks the 40-year since these astronomers sent messages.
Did it. Okay. And they're hoping that today they'll get a response.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Listen, I mean, clearly from the names, they're Japanese. I trust in the Japanese.
Yeah.
They're vigilant and they're smart.
Patient.
No, for real. Okay, you know how, like, in the world, obviously, like, there have been Cold Wars and now everyone, you know, has bombs and shit. I wonder if, like, the same thing is going to happen with aliens. Like, a country has aliens, and then now everyone has to get their alien. You know what I mean?
Oh, no.
Because it would happen on Earth, where it's going to be like an alien Cold War. Well, we have this species of aliens.
Right, and they do
And then they're like, well, we have this species of aliens. You don't even got aliens, so you won't have a say in this.
Oh, my gosh.
But I don't think the aliens would allow...
Yeah.
I feel like any country, like, to use them as a pawn.
Right.
Right?
Yeah. Right? Because they're smarter.
I would think so.
So, like, they could outsmart any of, you know, the people here.
Yeah.
And they have, like, way more advanced technology.
Exactly.
And stuff. So,
exactly.
yeah, I feel like they wouldn't do all that. They wouldn't be down with that. Also, I feel like some aliens, not all aliens, I feel like some aliens are supposed to be nice, though, you know? So some of them would be like, you know, I'm not down with that. We don't want to hurt the people, like, the humans. Right. You know?
Right. And just as much as there's good ones, there's probably bad ones.
Yeah, for sure.
And they're going to work for, like, fucking North Korea.
Right. Or maybe they're working for our government already.
I know. Oh, God.
Doing bad stuff.
I know. I want to see, like, the documentaries that are going to come out in, like, 10 years.
Right. Well, did you hear that they have identified, like, 60 to 70, like, different alien species?
No, I did not.
Yes.
60 to 70?
60 to 70.
My God.
Yes.
Are there pictures?
I mean, I'm sure they're classified, but yeah, there was,
like
this guy, I can't remember his name, but he's done, like, lots of tours. He has a book. He was, like, very much in the government and, like, military. maybe Robert Greer. That could also be very, very wrong, so don't quote me on that.
Yeah.
But he never changes up his story. He's like very matter of fact. Like he seems like very
official,
sane and official.
Yeah.
And yeah, he said that there's like 60 to 70 species that we know of.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That is insane.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of fucking aliens.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And like, is there a hierarchy? There has to be, right?
Probably. And there's way more of them than
fascinated.
Us.
Oh, for sure.
You know, you got 60 to 70 species. We only got.
Well, it's kind of like animals.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Mm-hmm. Good point. Good point. Good point. Good point. I'm like, we only got one type of human, and all these aliens.
There's other beings.
Yeah.
Because to them, we're aliens, and so are the animals on this planet.
Facts. Right.
I think the aliens look at ants like, what the fuck is this shit?
Right. Do aliens have a favorite?
I'm sure.
Animal or insect species?
Yeah. I would like to know.
Right?
I would like to look.
I would like to
look at
know too.
Like alien fucking insects too.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
They're probably creepy.
They're probably creepy and crazy.
Yeah, I would think so.
Oh my God. And can teleport places.
Yeah. No, legit. I've been seeing so many funny memes of like people like where they would take their alien on their here. And some foul ones, like some foul ones. I saw one that was like, "This is a coochie. You eat it."
What the fuck? Oh my God!
Like, I actually cannot.
People are so
Someone
horny.
taking them like on a drive-through, like this is McDonald.
Eat our shit.
No, literally.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Oh, for sure. I would give my alien some hot Cheetos.
So funny.
Like, you know what spicy is?
Yes, I'd want my aliens to pet my cat.
Oh, for sure.
Like, do you like my furring?
Yeah, little thing.
Vibrating.
I also like, yeah, like there's just so many things I want to know.
Right.
I'm like, do you have to exercise to stay fit?
Right.
You know, have you ever been through heartbreak?
Yeah. Do they have pets?
Do you have childhood trauma?
Right.
Like, did your alien parents, like, did they treat you the way you would like to be treated?
Do they have birth? Like,
yeah.
we have birth.
Yeah, for real.
You know what I mean? Like, what if, like, it's, like,
I know,
not
just
the same.
created. Right.
You know what I mean?
It's honestly insanity.
Right. It is insanity.
I have so many questions.
So many questions.
Here we go.
Hopefully the aliens come down and tell us today.
Today. We're waiting. We have a third mic. So, on today's Venus retrograde news, I saw something that I would like to share with the class, and we can react to it. Mm-hmm. Woman with 9 months left to live asks husband if she can sleep with her ex one last time.
Oh, shit. I mean, he's got to let her do it, right?
No, for sure. Like, you're fucked up if you don't, but you're also fucked up for asking.
Right,
like, it's just
the audacity for asking.
Like, it's such an uncomfortable situation.
Oh, my
Because if he says
gosh.
no, like, where is your heart? Like,
right.
she's about to die. Like, give her a will to live.
Right.
But then her asking, I feel like he can never, ever live a peaceful life after this.
Right.
So you mean to tell me we had this beautiful life together, and you decided to shit on it by asking me to sleep with your ex one last time? Like, when you die, like, I will actually be filled with anger. Because can we just break up? Like, that, I think that's what I would say.
Right. How long have you been thinking about this ex and wanting to fuck him? Obviously a long time. This is your dying wish? This is your motherfucking dying wish to fuck this man. You've been thinking about this man's. You know what I mean?
Oh my God. No, seriously.
You love this man's.
Literally. Like, it's crazy.
Like, your last meal, like, when you're dying, you want it to be the thing you want and love so much. Your favoriteest thing in the whole wide world.
It's insanity.
And she picks that another man.
I mean, like, if you really, like, this is her Make-A-Wish. Like,
right.
this is her Make-A-Wish. She's like, I don't need a celebrity. I don't need anything.
My God.
I just want to, one time for the one time, fuck my one true love.
Oh my God.
No, like, it's just, there's layers to it.
There's so many layers because, okay, first of all, too, the fact that she had the confidence means also that they are probably still in contact.
I want to know how old she is. Because if she's fucking 65, she's like...
Right.
I just feel like it's so nuanced.
It is.
Like,
I mean...
Like, she's dying. Like, who's to say she doesn't deserve to get what she wants out of life before she dies?
Oh, my God.
But I just feel so sorry for the partner.
Yeah.
Because it's like, this is what you wanted before you die. Like, this is the wish. It would just definitely put some things into perspective for me.
Oh, yeah.
As the lover.
Oh, yeah. 100%. I feel like I would get petty and be like, oh, can I go fuck... you know, this person then?
No, for sure.
You know what I mean?
Maya, the answer is no, because you're not dying.
Oh, that's so fucked up. Exactly. You don't want to have an open dialogue about when you die, who I'm fucking?
No.
It ain't gonna fly like that.
No, it's true.
It ain't gonna go down like that.
Yeah, that's so true. You could just be like, you know what? Well, when you die, I'm gonna fuck him anyway, so at least I'm asking you.
Right. You know what I mean? At least I'm being upfront, just like you.
No,
so now she has to, this is fucked up, but now she has to die knowing that, you know, you are also thinking about wanting to fuck somebody else too.
And can I be fucking honest? Like, okay, so you fucking fuck your ex.
Yeah.
Is your ex gonna take care of you for the rest of the time?
Right.
Because you mean to tell me you gonna fuck your ex, and then the next morning I'm gonna come and give you a little bath and fucking, like, be on your deathbed, like, helping you out? Like, something about that isn't sitting right with me.
Right.
So I don't know whose side I'm on, because get yours, but also this is fucked up.
Super fucked up.
Like, it's giving audacity.
So much audacity.
Like,
you don't want to go on a trip.
I want to know her sign so bad. Like, what is her sign?
Right. Oh my gosh.
I don't know, man. It's giving Libra.
I could see that.
It could also be giving Sagittarius.
Let me live one more time.
You know what I mean? Like, I deserve
one
this
more
joy.
Time. I also feel it could be Cancer.
I was actually thinking that too. For one time for like the nostalgia of it all.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, it was like her teenage
think?
love.
No, teenage love, for real.
Exactly.
For Libra, it's like, I already did it, like, once. Like, why does it matter if I get to do it again?
Right.
Sagittarius is like, I deserve to fucking live.
Right.
If I'm about to die, you know
I want to fuck my best fuck.
Yeah, literally. If I'm going to die, let me live one last time.
Right.
And Cancer's like, yeah, like, this is my one true love.
Yes.
I lost them. You know what I mean? Thank you for being here, being second best, but, like, I need to fuck them one more time.
Yeah.
And they'll make you feel guilty for saying no.
100%.
So who do you think it is? The woman with 9 months left to live who wants to fuck her ex as her last dying wish to her husband? Is it A, a Libra, B, a Sagittarius, or C, a Cancer? Let us know.
Yes. We need to know. Oh my gosh. I'm tripping. Like, in all the movies, people want to go on a trip. You know?
They want to go on a trip.
I would be so
hurt. Go to all the places that they want to go to.
I would be so hurt.
My life was a lie. My life was a lie.
Right. I would be, yeah.
So I was second best this whole time.
Yeah.
Like, it could have been someone else.
And you're right. I'd be like, okay, sure, you can fuck them, but we're not together anymore.
No,
and
for
fuck
real.
you.
No, actually.
And I would be heartbroken forever.
No, for real. I would be jaded. I would be angry at God.
Played.
Like, this is the life you gave me.
Right. That's fucked up, man. That's fucked
it's
up.
just
I feel sorry for this man's. I don't usually feel sorry for man's.
I know.
I feel
sorry for her too. She's dying.
Yeah.
And she never got what she wanted out of life, which was her eggs.
Her real nut.
Yeah, literally. What if she's like, I have to because I haven't came in like 40 years.
Oh my God. Right. I need to know more of the inner
I
details.
know.
Like, you haven't made me come.
Like, literally, like, fucking let me come.
Right. Then I feel not bad for the man's again. At
all.
You know?
Like, you didn't make your woman come.
Exactly. Not once.
Oh, my God.
Pathetic.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's so nuanced.
Right. And what if the ex doesn't know she's dying when they do it? Oh. And she just wants to, like, be with someone who doesn't know, and they just get to have, like, a passionate love affair without feeling like...
Aww.
I don't know, I'm revealing a whole story. Make it a movie.
Not like it sounds like a Nicholas Sparks, but it's that guy who wrote, like, The Notebook and all that.
I know, no, actually that. It's Giving a Walk to
giving
Remember,
that.
which is, like, one of my favorite movies ever. Oh, God.
Wild.
Crazy stuff, man.
I would feel so lied to.
I know.
It's wrong. Oh, my gosh. Okay. So, I saw something really weird on TikTok. Well, not weird. Okay, because it could be really cool, but it could also get really weird. So, there's this new... it's not IVF, but it's called IVG. And apparently, it will make it possible for, like, queer people, trans people to have babies that are biologically...
Both of theirs?
Theirs, yes. So it's, like, an absolutely, like, amazing breakthrough in science. It will also help people who are in... Motherfuckers.
It's fine. It will also... If you hear something out there... Our annoying landlord is
right. It will also help people who are women and men who are infertile, because essentially you can make sperm or eggs from like any part of like your DNA. So like they could like swab your hand and like make eggs or sperm that is like
so cool
from you.
That is so cool.
Right? Super cool. But then too, on the flip side, the video was like, weirdos could just get DNA from like famous people and like make babies that are biologically that famous person's or some
child support.
Exactly. Or people who are like fucking weird and like narcissists.
Yeah.
They could use their own DNA to make like an egg or sperm and impregnate themselves. So essentially they could just be like remaking and regenerating themselves.
Okay, I could see that being weird, but I also like that for people that want to be a parent without a partner. And I think a lot of people are ready for to be a mom or a dad, but they don't necessarily feel the need to have a partner.
Right.
And I know they look for sperm donors to do that, or egg donors or whatever. So I could see that being good for them, but I could also see it being an issue for people that are self-obsessed.
Yeah. Yeah, or also too,
like... Oh my God, like, what if someone's like, oh my God, honey, we got pregnant. But really, it's not the fucking partner's kid.
Oh my God.
And, like, if they annoy you, you could be like, it's my child anyway.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Oh, it's sick. I could see it going
it could get so weird.
Yeah.
I mean, families are already so messy. Pregnancies, like, all of it can just be such... There can be a lot of drama around it.
Yeah.
And adding in another factor, like, it can be so positive for some people, and I'm really excited about it.
Yeah, for sure.
But it can get really dark, too.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, just like, gosh, and again, maybe this is getting too dark, but just like, I feel like it's becoming, I don't know if it's probably not legal yet, but I know that they've been testing to, like, make it so you can decide what color eyes like your baby is gonna have, and like their color hair and stuff like that, and all of this, like,
it just seems we're getting weird.
It's
like,
not
stop.
natural.
It's not natural. Stop.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm all for having like a supplement to help you do something that is very natural, like this would originally be. You know what I mean? But there has to be like good parameters.
Yeah.
Around it.
For sure. Like, there just needs to be some sort of control over it.
Yeah.
And we know how much this society and this planet hates control.
Right. And I don't want it to be something, too, where it's like, oh, if you have enough money, you can do it. Like, you can't just have enough money and you can, like, fucking clone yourself.
No, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. And I just... just thinking about how sick this world is and how just when it comes to abortion rights, like it's because a lot of people aren't having babies for good reason. You know what I mean? They don't have the financial stability or just even maybe the need to want to have kids. More women have control over their life and what they want out of it. And obviously all these like misogynistic men and, you know, certain people who believe in certain things, they feel the need to tell people that, you know, you need to have kids. Like, that's what you were born to do.
Right.
And I just feel like it's getting sick. And, like, maybe they'll use this technology to, like, create more babies just because they feel like there needs to be more babies.
Yeah.
And then, like, they'll put them in some sort of, like, system.
Oh, no.
Which sounds really gross. I get it.
Yeah.
But like, I don't trust our government.
No, me either.
Like how badly they're pushing the agenda of like more people need to be having kids. I know the birth rate has fallen tremendously in America, in Japan, some other countries too. And obviously they're not okay with it. I feel like the government's not okay with it.
Right.
So they're just, I feel like, trying to find ways to make people have more babies.
Right.
And it's sick. How is this your business? Having kids is such a personal thing. Like, the government should have absolutely zero say or opinion on who is having kids, why they're having kids.
Correct. Especially because once you then force the child into the fucking world, there's no type of system to actually support them and nurture them.
No, literally.
You know what
how
I
many
mean?
kids are in the fucking foster care system?
Right. How many kids are going hungry every single day?
Literally.
Who even come from 2-parent homes or one-parent homes? Like, it's
insane.
Sickening.
And we're so lucky that we get to live in a state like California that actually takes care of kids.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I know it's nothing like that in a lot of other states.
Right.
But our Governor Newsom, just passed this bill that would essentially allow all kids in foster care to go to any state school in California for free. You know, obviously you have to have a certain amount of GPA, but you know how amazing that is for these kids that have grown up potentially in harmful environments and environments where they were never supported, to have this I don't know, dream to be able to go off to college and know that it's possible for them as long as they just keep trying a little bit in high school.
It's a way out. It's a way out.
Yeah.
All you need is a 2.0.
It's the light at the end of the tunnel.
Yes.
You tell yourself, if I do this, I can have my new chapter.
Right. I get free housing for 4 years.
Yeah. It's amazing. It's amazing.
That's amazing. And it can completely change your life.
Absolutely.
And I just wish that there were more systems and things to actually protect children and help kids and help young adults even. You know what I mean? Like, help settle and come of age, like, in this world, because it's fucking hard.
It is.
It's hard. And nobody really tells you how to do this shit. No. It's like all of a sudden you're a little baby and they kick you out to the street and they're like, figure it out.
Right. Literally. And, you know, I've noticed more than anything, American culture, like American, you know, white culture, more than a lot of other ethnicities, they're like, well, if they turn 18, they gotta leave. Like, they're not my problem anymore. And a lot of people will sometimes shame other, let's say, their counterparts of like young adults for maybe staying home longer or whatever. You know, everyone has different reasons, but like in a lot of other cultures, actually, like, that means that your family is doing well and is able to help you while you ground yourself and while you choose to, you know, save money.
Yeah, set yourself up.
Exactly. Build yourself up in order to become a more accomplished adult.
Right.
Like, it's not something to be ashamed by. Whereas I feel like in American society, because everything is so heavily tied into money, parents are like, well, as soon as you turn 18, you gotta leave.
Right.
Where in other cultures, it is actually celebrated when young adults stay home. The parents actually like that. Yeah. Because they want to help you grow and they want to continue to nourish you in every aspect of your life.
Literally. It's like they feel comforted knowing that you're being taken care of. And you also like being taken care of. You don't want to, like, be out here in the struggle.
Exactly.
You know?
And guess what? It comes full circle, because most of these people that grew up in these households where they were allowed to stay home, when their parents are older, they'll come back and take care of their parents. The parents will live with you in your home when they're aging, because they have helped you, therefore you want to help them. It creates this bond of like, when I'm not able to take care of myself, you helped me. Yeah. When you're older and you can't take care of yourself, I want to help you. Right. They're not just putting you in some, you know what I mean, old person home and like telling you to figure your shit out. Right. And again, I'm not saying that this is possible for everyone. A lot of things, you know, come into play, such as, you know, the income in the household and whether you grew up in a house that was filled with abuse. Like, all these things matter, obviously. But what I'm saying is it's nothing to be ashamed by. If your family is able to provide that for you, take advantage of it. If you feel comfortable staying home, do it.
It's a huge privilege to be able to do that.
Some of us I could have, but I wanted freedom. You know what I mean? Like, that's where I was at. Could I be debt-free right now if I stayed home and went to a community college? Probably. Yeah. But I knew what my options were, and I never, ever felt like I was getting kicked out of the house. Ever. I'm the youngest one to move out, you know what I mean, of my mom's house. And I'm proud of that decision that I made, but I'm also so lucky that I was able to stay if I wanted to, you know, and I'll never take that for granted.
Right. And I'm sure it brought a sense of comfort knowing that you could go back if you absolutely needed to. You know what I mean? Like, it was truly a choice. That you had. And it's great when you have choices. And I want more people to be able to have these choices.
People deserve it.
Yes, and not feel, like you said, not feel guilty for wanting to stay out. You know what I mean? For wanting to stay at home too. Now, if your parents are being toxic to you, get the fuck up out of there.
Exactly. Figure it out. You got this. I fucking believe in you.
100%.
You can do it. Yes. You really can. I promise you. It's going to be hard at the beginning. You're going to have bills and you're going to be figuring out. Maybe you'll go into a little bit of debt. Don't let yourself go into too much debt. Right. Unless it's student loans, then I fucking get it. But other debt, try to control yourself. But you can do it. Even if you have to live paycheck to paycheck for a few months or maybe a year, it'll teach you so many life skills. And I swear to you, the freedom that you'll feel knowing that you're in your own space, and even though you may be a little brokey, it is your own space. Nothing beats that.
Nothing at all.
Because no one has control over you or your lifestyle. You get to be who you want to be without your toxic family or parents telling you who you should be and how you should act.
Right. And you finally get that perspective to see, like, oh my gosh, like, was it that we just needed some space, or were they really being toxic to me? And now I get to thrive. Yes, even though I'm living paycheck to paycheck and it's hard, but emotionally, my well-being is so much better, you know? And just that little bit of space and that time can do wonders for you. And you know, like, for me, even when I moved out, like, I grew more respect for my parents, right? I learned how hard they worked for me and how hard it was to be alone out in the world, you know? And like, I am proud of the character and the woman that I've become. And I feel like I needed that in order to fully love and respect my parents the way that I do now, you know, because I didn't understand. I really didn't understand. And I was very lucky that my parents gave me like everything I could have asked for and imagined, you know, like I am so privileged and grateful. And I know that, you know, now. But I had to like leave them to realize like, oh, well, this is why they were doing this.
No, for
you know
real,
what I mean?
For real.
And this is what it means to actually have this. Like, I didn't know. Like, my brain had to mature some. Right. You know, and really figure out, like, how did they get that?
Well, also, like, when you leave the environment that you're so used to, you get to see how other people have lived their life. I've learned about so many different family dynamics leaving my own family dynamic. And when I've had the chance to experience everyone else's families, I'm not saying mine is perfect, but I do appreciate the hell out of my family and just how welcoming we are and supportive we are and just like truly actually non-judgmental. Growing up, I thought, oh my God, you guys are so judgy. Like I think about my culture and like where I come from and how open-minded my family is and how much they just want me to thrive and succeed. And even though I think I'm different and I'm not living a traditional life, I always thought they would judge me for that. In fact, they celebrate that. They love that for me. And again, leaving them and becoming a woman of my own, I just feel like it made me love them even more. Like distance really does make the heart grow fonder. And I've said this before on other episodes. Like I just truly get excited when I get to go home. And for a long time, you know, when I was a teenager and young adult into my early 20s, I was nervous to go home, you know? I didn't know how much they respected me. I didn't know if they were judging me. I didn't know if they thought I couldn't take care of myself. All these projections that maybe I was feeling for myself, I was projecting onto them, you know? And not to say that they just still didn't worry about me, but a lot of what we feel, like especially negative thoughts about ourselves, the thoughts that we think, oh, people think I'm this way. Do they think I'm this? Actually, that's what you think about yourself. That's why they keep coming to the forefront of your mind.
And that's why the space is good, because you get to think about that and realize those patterns.
Right.
You know?
Like, there's no one to blame here. When you're away from them and you're still thinking about these things, you can't blame it on your parents doing this to you, making you feel this way. Honey, you're alone and you're still thinking these thoughts. So I think maybe you need to do some self-reflection and figure out why you're feeling this way.
Right.
Because no one's here to make you feel this way anymore.
Right.
So living alone isn't always easy either, because you will have to sit alone with your thoughts.
Yeah.
But I think it's really important to figure out where they come from. Again, it's not like your parents aren't to blame at all. A lot of it comes from them too. But you get to heal on your own.
100%.
Without being distracted by it.
Yeah.
By their energy and by their words day to day.
It's like you get to finally differentiate like what really belongs to you and what belongs to them. Yeah. And maybe some of the things that you took along from them.
Absolutely.
You know?
Like one of my favorite stories is when I was in LA with one of my friends, and we went to a crystal shop, and we were looking around, and the lady there like came up to me, and I was looking at my first amethyst crystal. It was the first time ever. And she's like, oh yeah, this will be great for you. And then she was like, just like reading me, and like I was just like about to start crying. And she was just telling me, you know, how I take on a lot of my mom's anxiety because I don't have any boundaries. Her anxiety latches onto me because I don't have any boundaries. And that's the first time I heard that. And when I heard that, and then, you know, throughout my life ever since then, I've realized, yeah, I do, because I didn't have any boundaries. And a lot of my anxiety comes from who my mom is and how much she worries about other people. And being the youngest, I took that on a lot because I was around her a lot. So again, coming back to figuring out what is yours and what has been given to you by your parents, it's such a beautiful journey, because you get to decide who you are and who you are at your core. But a lot of times our family, you know, the energy just gets mixed up a lot. And it gets tangled together, and it's up to you to detangle it and figure out what it is that you want from them that helps you. What have you learned from them that helps you? And what it is that you've taken on from them that actually hurts you and sucks your energy dry.
Yeah. Like, it's so weird to think because as we're adults now, you know, we get to decide, like we've been saying, who we are more. But if you think about all of us, we were raised completely by our parents and the tribe that we were by, right?
Yeah.
So it's really their values that are instilled in us, which is why it's important to get a little bit of time or space on your own. And I know we were saying earlier, you know, like, you can still do this in the home too. You know what I mean? Like, you can still create space, like if you're living with your parents, because that's what's like comfortable for you. Like, you still can go make an identity for yourself. Yeah. Right? So like, I don't want people thinking like, well, if I live at home, like I can't find like my true self or whatever. Yeah. Like, that's not necessarily the case. You may have to try and step out more, right? And like really challenge. It may be a little bit more challenging because they are around you, but it doesn't mean that it isn't possible.
Exactly.
You know?
I feel like when you're at home, you're on their timeline of how often you have to talk about certain things, how many issues they have with you. And let's be honest, parents will always find something to fix when it comes to you. You know what I mean?
Facts.
And sometimes it's really toxic, how often they want to fix you. And sometimes it really is because they want you to be better than they were.
Yeah.
Like, they just generally want to see you grow, and they see things in you. And even though you probably see those things in yourself, it's like, don't tell me about what I already know. You know what I mean? But they just generally want to help you. And again, when you're living at home, they get to bring that up to you as many times as they want throughout the day. So it'll be harder for you to set those boundaries. But when you're away, it'll be easy. You get to decide how often you want to communicate with them and have these intense conversations. So it's possible to do it at home, but there will be two energies in play. rather than when you're alone.
Because too, just like the nature of like a parent is that they want to like be protecting and sometimes dominating. You know what I mean? Like they think that they know best. So they're always going to be showing up in that way for you. And like you have to learn to say like, hey, I recognize that you're trying to do this for me, but it's actually not helpful, or like I don't like when you do that. You know? So you guys have to learn how to like use that language, because parents will always, like Sarah said, like they want the best for you, so they're always going to be giving you like these suggestions and stuff. And like ideas of improvements. And if that hurts you or you don't like the way that's being delivered, like you have to stand up for yourself and say that.
Right.
You know?
Right. That's why my favorite advice is just leave. I really genuinely feel that way, because I just feel like when you're in the same space, like for a lot of parents, not all, they feel like they have some sort of control over you. And my whole entire essence is do not fucking control me. Don't think you can control me. Like I will actually blow up if you think you can control me. And you know, a lot of times, I just feel like parents can have that upper hand over you. And I've seen it so many times with so many people, and I'm just like, get out of this cycle, dude. Leave. Like this is just not it. Like want better for yourself. You know, because it's like I feel like some parents also just get high from being able to control you. That's when it gets toxic too.
I also feel like people need to eventually get out of their homes and living with their parents, because it does build like a thicker skin and confidence of like, I can do this myself, you know? Like you do get a little, I don't know, like what's the word? Like you're like a Nepo baby when everything's like just handed to you, but Nepo baby isn't the right word. It's like you're too privileged.
You're too
comfortable.
You know what I mean? Also.
And everything's been handed to you, spoon-fed to you. And I'm sorry, that's not really the real world. Like you have to work for things, you have to make relationships, you have to fight, you have to, you know what I mean? And if you don't ever learn those key qualities, you ain't gonna be very happy in the world. You know?
I don't know. It just, nothing feels better than like knowing that you can provide for yourself. It makes me feel so safe, you know, which is crazy, because you should feel safe when you're young and living at home. You have everything you want. You have people who protect you. But the type of safety you feel when you provide it for yourself as an adult, it's a different kind of safety. Like it's very much internal, you know?
I feel like it's better because like...
It heals your inner child.
Because, you know, even though, yes, we had our parents and, like, family members and whoever there to protect us, let's be real, it wasn't always in the way that we wanted.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
You get to provide it for yourself the way you need it.
Exactly. And you are finally actually protecting that inner child that it needs to be and how you always wanted. And I feel like for me, this is one of the reasons why I loved going to Italy so much. It's like... I felt like, my inner child was like, yes, you can go and do these like big scary things or whatever, travel the world, and you're not going to die. You know, like nobody's going to kidnap you. Like this isn't going to, you know, and like that was such a trope in like from the women in my family. Like, oh, always got to be looking over your back. Like they were the most paranoid people ever.
My mom. My mom, when I was going to Italy, she was tripping out. She's like, you have to call me and like everything's fine. I'm like, Mom, I am a woman. I told her, I was like, I will fight them.
They should be scared of me.
Literally, when I told her they should be scared of me, she was literally dying of laughter. She was like, I love you. I'm like, Mom, please, you do not know crazy. You come on, remember, think back to when I was a teenager. Now amplify that by like 10. That's me when someone tries me as an adult.
And I got my bestie with me. She also really crazy. Like it's a no.
Exactly.
No.
It's just my favorite game to play. You think you're crazy, I'm crazier.
That's my favorite game.
Oh my God. I feel like we should talk about the fact that Venus retrograde and Mercury retrograde are about to happen at the same damn time. People are going to be shitting themselves. People are going to be in some shit. While shitting themselves. And any advice you have for the people? Like, what can they freaking do?
Stay home.
That's like a favorite advice.
No.
I mean, it is Virgo season.
No, I would say to reorganize. You know what I mean? Reevaluate, reshuffle things.
Yeah.
If you could, like, you know, declutter, like, I would say if you could focus on, like, one area in your life that you would like to revisit and, like, maybe try and revamp. That's not say working on the actual revamping just yet, but start writing down things that maybe you would like to do and how you would maybe like to go about it soon after this stuff.
Yeah, for real. I mean, I'm almost thinking, like, maybe because Mercury retrograde is retrograding at the same time as Venus retrograde, maybe it is a good time to tie up some loose ends when it comes to your relationships. And although Mercury retrograde is prone to miscommunications, maybe because it is, again, retrograding with Venus, it is a good time to rehash certain things. And reevaluate whether these relationships are worth it or not. And if there is always a problem when it comes to your communication when Mercury's not in retrograde, like in general, if you have these relationships where miscommunications seem to happen often, maybe during Mercury retrograde in Virgo, it is a good time to reevaluate these relationships and be like, listen, are we going to be able to make this work or not?
This isn't balanced.
Exactly.
You know, in terms of love or whatever partnership that we're giving here. And I'm starting to peep it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And, like, of course, you don't want to make, like, a rash decision.
Yeah.
You know, like, come with your facts.
Exactly.
Right?
Again, it's retrograde season.
Exactly.
So do nothing too quickly.
Yeah.
Especially because it's Mercury retrograde in Virgo. Slow it the fuck down.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes. And yeah, I think, too, don't be afraid to, when it comes time, to drop things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if it is really no longer serving you in this partnership, in this friendship, whatever it is, it needs to be let go.
Yeah.
Or at the very, you know, if not let go, revised in some type of way. It cannot continue on in this way. You know, like, I actually feel like if issues start coming up for you guys during this time, something has got to give.
Yeah.
Something has got to change. You have to have a conversation. You have to, I don't know, quit your job. Do whatever, like, you can't, if you feel something strongly within you during this time, like, life can't continue on the way that it was before.
Yeah.
You have to revisit it. You have to have the conversation.
For real. And, you know, if you're going somewhere during Labor Day, go early. Like, that's when the travels are going to be happening, and it's going to be retrograde and fucking Virgo.
Oh, God.
Like, go early.
Oh, no.
Because it might be treacherous.
Oh, no.
Treacherous watches.
Sounds treacherous.
You know what I mean?
Oh, my gosh. Sorry. What if a bunch of flights get canceled again?
I mean, it really...
Like, it very well could be.
And again, it's retrograding in its home sign of Virgo, a sign that is heavily tied into, like, cleanliness, organization. And I just want people to be ready for the pure chaos that it will be. And how hard are we already on ourselves during Virgo season? So I think more than ever, we need to be gentle with ourselves when things aren't going our way during this Mercury retrograde.
Facts. Also, I will say, make sure you're putting good food and healthy, like, things into your body during this time. I feel like because it's going to maybe be intense or confusing, like, giving good nurturing food to yourself is, like, necessary. And Virgo, you know, like, rolls over, like, the intestines, right? Like, the inner stuff. So, like, you don't want to be, like,
your
tummy
gut
upset, you know?
Your entire gut, your gut feelings, all that shit is Virgo.
Right. So, like, when you put mess in it, you're going to get mess back.
Yeah. Take care of yourself. Yeah, for real.
Go on walks, I think
people are just definitely going to be, oh, gosh, yeah. People are just very confused. Because Venus retrograde is in Leo, and then it's going to Mercury retrograde in Virgo. I feel like people are more than ever feeling just, like, I don't know, their water's being put out. Like, you know what I mean? I mean, their fire's being put out.
And I'm sure a lot of people feel like they're being pulled in many directions with their relationships and partnerships.
And I've been... Go ahead.
Tough.
Yeah.
You know?
I've been seeing that a lot of people feel like this Leo season didn't feel like Leo season. And, I mean, it's because... It was Venus retrograde and just retrograde season in general. A lot of planets are in retrograde right now. So if you aren't feeling the utmost passion for life, don't be so hard on yourself. It's okay.
It wasn't like a hot girl August like you really wanted it to be.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Chillax.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You know, it'll be fine. Maybe you'll have like a hot girl Libra season.
Exactly.
You know?
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. 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 I think the planets won't be retrograding then.
No, but then the eclipses are coming up.
Oh.
It's always
just a
something.
Fun end of the year, guys.
It is. I mean, listen, there's always retrogrades. There's always eclipses. Like, we need to remember that. I think a lot of times when you're maybe newer to astrology, you're like, oh, it's just always something. Just remember that it's a cycle. It's a yearly cycle. All this shit happens on a yearly basis.
Right.
Just find out where these signs are in your chart and focus on what aspect of your chart will be illuminated.
Right. Because you can also harness this energy for positivity. You know what I mean? And like, or just know like what could be coming up. So you're like, oh, let me not pop into that conversation then because I know it may blow up. Right. Right? Like you could just be more aware.
Mindful.
Yes, mindful of how to act.
Exactly.
And that's what astrology reminds me of. Yeah. Or not reminds me of, like tells me to do. Yeah. You know?
It's not specific directions, it's a map, and you get to decide which direction you want to take.
It's like, here's what's going on.
Yeah.
You decide how you want to play with that energy.
Right, exactly.
You know?
Certain things this energy will help, and certain things this energy will fuck up.
Yeah. So be aware.
Yeah, exactly. And if you want to fuck it up, okay, you decided.
Right. And you could, you could really fuck it up.
You could. Or you could be aware and move cautiously and then get the end result that you want.
Right. Yeah. Right. Don't make any rash decisions, like Sarah said.
Yeah, no.
It's so confusing because I feel like sometimes during Mercury retrograde, you want to make decisions really quickly, but like that's the exact opposite of what you should.
Because, you know, I feel like what it is when you're in any sort of retrograde, you are processing things more inwardly. You know, it's revisiting, reevaluating all the re's. You're not really moving forward. You're kind of moving it back. And I think when you're in that mindset, when you're doing things like that, you have a lot of epiphanies. You have a lot of epiphanies about how you should move. Oh, that makes a lot of sense. Okay, maybe I need to do it like this. And sit on those and do that when you're out of the retrograde. Yeah. But I think when you have a lot of epiphanies, you think, okay, I finally figured it out. Now I know what I'm about to do and what I need to do. And people get impatient and they want to do it right then and there. No. Keep revisiting it. Good job that you had that epiphany, but keep thinking about it. And then when you're out of that retrograde, then act on it.
Yeah, because sometimes too, it may be like just the start of your epiphany. Yeah. And you have to keep pulling that thread. You know what I mean? Like there's more to it. Like, sure, you figured this part out, but actually now that you figured that out, there's another door that you need to walk through.
Exactly. The story doesn't end. Yeah. And, you know, sometimes it takes certain years. I don't know when was the last time Venus was in retrograde in Leo. I think it might have been 2015, 16. Sometimes, a lot of times, the same themes and the story that started at that time, now you're revisiting it now. You know what I mean? Like, so it's sometimes a really, really long journey. And I think as people, we get really impatient and we think, oh, I have the full story. Got it. And we make decisions and it's like, it's still building. Right. It's still building.
Yes. That some of your memories haven't been unlocked along with it, you know? Yeah. More to the story. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for kicking it with us today. We hope you see an alien.
Oh, my God. We hope an alien calls you. If you get an unknown call today,
pick up.
Pick up. This week, pick up.
And maybe our alien friends.
That's my alien sound.
I love it. We're going to link our socials somewhere over here. We love you guys so much. Also, don't forget to comment down below with which girl you thought the woman was.
The dying woman who wanted to fuck her ex and asked her husband.
Yes. I need to know.
One more. A, Libra. B, Sagittarius. C, Cancer.
Cancer.
Let us know.
Okay.
We love y'all.
Bye.